Inspired, so thank you. I was interested with like the relationship between Lena and Michal. Of course, like you both kind of wrote it. How was it on set to work together, and how much is Lena improvising on what you wrote, and how much Michal you directed her? So I'm interested.
We were just talking about this backstage.
So we're ready.
I forgot that. When Paulina asked this question, it was the same question. I told her that we shot this movie in very specific environment, and also there was pandemic started, and we bought the car from Mexican family in the desert, and they were prepared for like end of the world. They had like cans of beans and toilet paper in the house, and we were ready to shoot the movie. So we are opposite, and we used energy of the situation we were in, because we are the only crew in California which were shooting during this time. And also Lena spent some days and nights in the car alone before we started shooting. So we sometimes I didn't have to direct her or say anything, because she was all the time in the costume. She was barefoot, and she was like ready to shoot. She was in the character all the time. So we were like connecting in this. So we were going with this flow, with this energy.
Yeah, I think that had made us such a nice team with Michal in some way, and I guess we said this to you too. I mean, I do think Michal acted Sarah, and maybe in a little bit I directed Sarah, and we really are just had no choice but to merge and just really be sort of doing this movie together in such a way that, it wasn't like, this is the script, it ended, now we're shooting, and the changes that are in the editing. We have such a beautiful editor, and I've, as an actor, had grown such understanding to editing. I really think actually editing should be like part of an acting classes, or should be taught at acting school, because what our incredible editor Przemysław Chmielewski that guy did was, he created Sarah with us. Sarah, he gave Sarah depth. He changed me in some ways, choosing every take that we do. I'm sure you also, when you look at you see that there is a direction that you didn't fully had given to Gregory, because there is that also. And I guess with this movie, because we really made it. It started with $1,000 that a lady who then became our co-producer, because she gave us this $1,000, and just phenomenal. And given us, we had no choice but to just put, go do it. And I think the line of who did what really is blurry here. It's with us fully, but it's with everyone. I mean, John was such an inspiration to me, because when I got dumped by my boyfriend and kicked out on the streets of LA by an almost famous musician who wanted to be on the radio, who I called Teddy. And I was screwed, and I met John. I just sort of was so lucky to have met John, and you've given me such a mentorship then, and you told me to fly. You've given me some of the most important wisdom of my life when I literally had lost everything. I lived in LA, and with being kicked out of my ex-boyfriend's house, I just really had no idea what I'm doing. And John said, "You can keep the car." And he said, go fly, that's true. And so I went to Poland, and then Michal and I had met, and we started working on it, and we made the movie. And whether John would have been in it or wouldn't, didn't matter, because he inspired me to even begin to think about, making it. So we really all have made this movie completely together. Like, I guess that's where I'm kind of just getting at it now. Except Michal, he's really not doing very much. Kidding!
Probably have time for one more question. Anyone else? Oh, okay.
Thank you. Thanks, guys. I really, really loved that movie. I love the space. I love the kind of sparseness of it. It's really my cup of tea. I'm interested that you're Europeans and you chose to make an American road movie, which is a sort of, it's very hard to make a road movie in Europe because there's not enough roads.
We always say that.
Okay, good. There's something about, and also, the desert. Was that always your thought? Did you always intend it to be a Californian set road movie, or did you think
Yes.
you might do it in Europe?
Yes,
Okay.
I am from Poland, and you can cross the country within like 5 hours. And yeah, we decided that it has to be desert because it's a metaphor of Sarah's life and emptiness. So yeah, there was like the decision at the beginning that it should be located there.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I think this is the time that we are told to say goodbye.
We are. Thank you so much for joining us on this Q&A, and thank you guys for filling up this theater and being a part of really the footprint of art, which is independent film and the people who all tag team to make it happen. So thank you guys, and thank you, and have a great rest of the festival.
Any more questions?
With the bar.